Najee. Kenny Pickett also. And he fakes out. No, oh my, what's going on? Let's go, TD! What the hell was that? Let's go! Bennett! Yes! Let's go!
Oh, Steeler Nation! I am freaking fired, dude. I'm going to run on TV. I am a bit tired. I'm tired. I didn't sleep the best last night because I'm still feeling a bit iffy, but also because I was crying my eyes out because the season's over. That's it. It's a wrap. Turn it off. G'day, Jen. G'day, Tom. What's going on? We'll go for about half an hour today. About half an hour, 35 minutes. See how much steam I had. Because I was just so tired last night, crying my eyes out, whimpering and whinging and complaining that the season's over. It's over. It's all over, man. I'm that sad. G'day, Chloe. What's going on? Yeah, that was a good one. Do I have that? Where is it? Oh yeah, I have it. All right. Look, I say that in a bit of bit of tongue in cheek, but I'm just, my goodness, man, it's hard to be a Steelers fan on the internet. I think there's a big difference too. By the way, am I still there because of my Wi-Fi is going? Whoa. 1-2 bars, that will do me. Oh, my goodness. I legit have nothing to talk about today, by the way. I have nothing to say today. I'm just going to go with it, man. I'm going to go with it. I have nothing to say. Like Dad said, I don't really want to talk about Kenny Pickett. I don't really want to talk about Matt Canada. I don't want to talk about, I don't know why I'm on. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, true that. I'm just jumping on to say hello today. I think today we're just checking in, man. Just seeing how everyone's going. It's like, you want to see Bobby? Yeah, he's doing well. Oh, that's it. Like I just find this stuff really funny. Like, let me turn the music off. I just find it funny. I just find it funny because every week we get ourselves, so I guess we hype ourselves up after win. Even after a win, we still feel like a loss. It doesn't, like, and every time we get to this point after a loss, people say the season's over, and it's never over, right? Mathematically, it's not over. I don't know. Maybe I just live in my hopes too much. Maybe I live in I'm a dreamer. Maybe I live too much like that because I hear people say there's no way that Kenny Pickett can win a Super Bowl. Mike Tomlin will never win a Super Bowl again. But those things have never happened. And I always hate that. I always hate the fact that when someone tells me that I can't do something, Mark, you can't do this. Do you know what I do? I go and do it. If someone tells me our Steelers can't do this, I go, that's BS. They can, because it hasn't happened yet. They talk about Mike Tomlin living their fears. The Steelers fan base lives in their fears. They really do. That's why we get to this point, we lose a game and the world's over. Right? The world's over. It sucks. It really sucks, right? But life goes on. We've got a game today versus Chiefs versus Eagles. And like I said, I don't really want to talk about the game today. I don't want to talk about Kenny Pickett or these guys. Don't really care because we'll go and see it next week, and then we'll see how it plays out. Now, Kenny Pickett hasn't been playing good. We all know that. Grab the stat here, grab a stat there. We know it. It's just crazy to me, man. It's crazy. We just said the same thing, the exact same thing. Yep. Oh shit. Yeah, man. I should just do that for like, okay, that's probably good content. I should just do this for like 20 minutes. Right? The same thing as saying the season's over. It's the exact same thing. Come on, man. These people, dude. Oh, it's crazy. Why? Why are you sick of the Steelers? What do you mean the team, or do you mean the people around it? I'm never sick of the Steelers. I think they're awesome. I look through all the transactions they just made. Right? They just signed Miles Jack. Cool, he's coming back. That's a story. Okay. Joe Warren had his best game of probably his career. One of his best runs as well. He had a bet. Steelers had their best run of 74 yards since Willie Parker. His cousins. That's a story. Oh, gotcha. Fair enough. That's why I'm doing different content today. Today's title is, I guess, well, the Pittsburgh Steelers season's over, and also there's a picture of Matt Canada and a kangaroo. Who would win? Legit, it's the same sugar every time. Like, it's the same stuff. When we lose, all Steelers talk, all these other dudes come around, and many of them say they need to go and trade Tomlin, they need to go and fire Tomlin, they need to go and fire Canada. We've heard that stuff. Let's talk about some things that like actually are relevant to the team. They got Miles Jack. He might be a key player into the next few games when he starts to work his way back in, right? Elena Roberts played a really good, tough game yesterday. We forget that these players actually play football and they're hurting themselves. They're going out there, man on a man, getting knocked up and all those kind of things, and knocked up in a good way, not a bad way, right? They're going out there doing punishing blows, tackling, hitting, and doing all those physical football things, right? And that hurts. After the game, they're sore. They got to stretch. They got to do this stuff. They got to do all this kind of stuff. And here we are worried about 6-4, and Kenny Pickett can't get a pass. Man, I see it. I understand the frustration, but after a while, it's the same narrative over and over and over and over. It plays over time, man. It really is. And if someone else has said it, then 1,000 people have said it too. We know that Canada stinks. We understand that. We know that Kenny Pickett is having a regressed year. How many times can you talk about it? That's what's frustrating. That's what's annoying. And that's what the internet is for. The internet, I think, is to annoy people. So that's why I made Pickleball Bobby yesterday, because sometimes it's just good to be a fan like that. To be a fan of the team is just to play pickleball, be in your own zone, and not worry about anything besides cheering on and supporting the team. Now, I'm coming from a very, very far fan perspective. At the same time, though, I am a fan. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and everyone can be critical and all this kind of stuff, and they can cheer this guy, cheer that guy. Well, Najee should be swapped. Actually, I think that Warren probably should be swapped this week. I feel like you go with Warren this week, you give him more carries, more than Najee, you make Najee the closer. I kind of see that narrative playing out the further we go into it, right? But at the same time, don't give up on Najee. Don't give up on Kenny Pickett. Where's the adversity? Where's the adversity that we, as supporters in a team, and we are 6-4, if they go and beat the Bengals and go and beat where are they? The Arizona Cardinals and the Patriots, we would be, what are we, 9-4, right? 9-4. So there's still a lot of games to play, and that's what annoys me the most about the internet, Steeler Nation, all this kind of stuff is you read everything, you see everything, blah, 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 and they always go to, well, they can't win this playoff. They can't beat the Bengals. They can't do this. This part over here hasn't happened yet. That's the most frustrating part. I legit really think so. Anyways, we will talk a bit about Steelers. I'm not too crazy. We'll talk, here and there and stuff like that. G'day, George. What's going on? Nothing. I hear you. G'day, Gino. What's up? Yes, 100%. Yeah, he's coming back too. But you know what I'm trying to say? What I'm trying to say is every single place out there on the YouTube and Twitterverse, they're all talking the same talking points, the exact same things. And we know this. As a Steelers fan, you know this. You don't need to be repeatedly told about Kenny Pickett is struggling. Anyone with I don't know, half a brain can tell that Kenny Pickett is struggling. It doesn't mean, though, that I'm going to give up on Kenny Pickett. It doesn't mean I'm going to call him a bust and that I think next year we should go to the draft. The only reason I think we go to the draft at this point, if I'm going to be very honest, is you go to the third round, maybe fourth round, and you find a guy, you draft a guy there that can possibly compete with Kenny Pickett next year, or they work together, right? And you also get some better players in the offensive line. So I'm not going to say that Kenny Pickett should be, that's it. Because I found something really funny, right? Right. What's the point? And I want to see what my mate says first. Hang on. I'm just joking. What's the point, though? What's the point when somebody says, I am done with Kenny Pickett? What does that mean? When they say they're done with Kenny Pickett, like, does that mean that when he does become successful, you're allowed to come back, or you don't actually support him, watch him play, or you don't want to see him play at all? Like, what does it mean when you say, like, I'm done? I saw numerous comments out there. I'm done with Kenny Pickett. I can't stand him. He's done. He's almost dead to me. What happened to the offseason where everyone was really behind Kenny Pickett, right? People were in the stands, the training camps, autographs, getting behind him, KP8 mate, all these cool little slangs, picket fence, all those kind of stuff. And now they're saying, well, I'm done with Kenny Pickett. Like, so what happens? If Kenny Pickett the next 3 weeks goes out there and turns it around, which he can do because it hasn't happened yet, right? Now, is it a high possibility? No. Is it low? Yes. But if it does happen, those fans, what happens then? Do those fans go, oh, I was wrong. I was wrong. And you know what? I'm not done anymore. I turn around. That's why it's a big difference, I think, between, I'm not a Kenny apologist. I'm a Kenny supporter. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers supporter and fan. So when people say they're done, what's the point in saying that? Because if they turn it around, if this will be the funniest thing. If the Steelers somehow make the playoffs and they go on an amazing run, it's written in the stone by the script and the NFL films and all that kind of stuff. It's written in the law of NFL, and they win the Super Bowl. You would have the most confused, I think, fan base in the entire history that has ever existed. A fan base that called the team out in week 1. They kind of didn't like them in week 1 and week 2, 3. They're like, oh, they're not beating good teams or whatever. You know what I mean? They're sneaking away at wins. Or they didn't win the game because the Ravens dropped the ball. Then they lost the game against Texans. We hate them again. Then they won 2 games. We liked them kinda. Then we lost 1. Then we liked them kinda again. You'd have a very, very confused fan base that won the Super Bowl, right? But in saying that, that's only around the internet. Only around the internet is that kind of stuff, right? Because I did see a picture that I want to bring up. And this made a lot of sense to me. Because I talk mostly from a perception of me being here chilling and the perception of me being on the internet most of the time. And I probably need a break, to be honest. Not from the channel, but from the social media. I saw this. This made a lot of sense. Normal fans is that chick, right? Steelers fans on X or Twitter. And then that chick in the red dress. Any other QB available. It's mind-boggling to me. Like, do you not? Is there zero adversity around? I know Kenny Pickett is not playing well. Half the country knows it. Guys who live in Japan who don't even follow the sport know it. Guys who live in, I don't know, Antarctica know it. They all know he's struggling. They can see it. Deontay Johnson, the team is people in the Steelers players are getting frustrated at the offense and also at Kenny Pickett. Everyone knows that. But where's the adversity by being a fan and just going, well, fucking shit happens, mate? Like, where is that shit? Shit happens. Where is that? It happens. You lose games. The Browns played a good game. They played real good football. You go back and watch the game. I need to watch it either today, maybe tomorrow, because I'm watching the Eagles game. I want to go back and watch it. The Browns played good football. Where's their congrats? They've had legit nothing in like ever. They've won championships, but they've never won Super Bowls. They've had nothing. They're celebrating like they're on top of the world because they won a good game. They went down the field, got a field goal, and you give congrats to them, right? Shit happens. Some teams lose, some teams win. When we win, we should feel pretty cool. When we lose, you go, fuck it. You move on. Maybe this is my Australian way. I don't know. I'm just a bloke in my room talking Steelers like, hey, you know what, mate? It's all fine. It just does me head in. Holy dooly. We need this to break it up. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. We need this guy back. Oh, man. Alrighty. So, g'day, Tony. What's going on? Oh, my voice broke. Yeah, we know, Mark. G'day. He says, how many first round picks? Oh, I'd probably say, to be honest, maybe 3. I think 3 would do it. It's not going to happen, but I would say 3. If you were to trade him, but then who would step in? Who would step into his shoes? You know. But Tomlin, he's up there. Like Tomlin's up there. I know people don't like him, but he's up there as a coach, a leader, and also people don't like him in the media right now. But you can tell Tomlin is very frustrated with his offensive coordinator, and it's not like if it was his choice, he'd probably get rid of him, right? Obviously, there's the Rooneys involved, the organization. They don't want to move on from a guy and pay someone that's not there, right? So they're getting every single dollar out of Canada. He's there to the end of the year. So I don't think that Tomlin is actually in full agreement with Canada. There's some rocky moments in Steeler Nation for sure. Mike Tomlin is doing the best that he can, I think, in the situation he has, right? Now, he went with Kenny. Kenny's his guy, so he needs to do better. Kenny Pickett has to throw the ball better. He's got to find receivers. He needs to stop checking out of routes and stop doing spin moves, and also, find DJ over the middle, all that kind of stuff. I get it, right? But there's still a long time to go. There is 7 games to go. Last year, we went 6-2 in 8 games. Why can't the Steelers go 5-2 and see what happens? So I'd say probably 3 picks, to be honest. Mark says he's the worst. We know this, 100%. We've been talking about it for the last 3 years. 100%, dude. I don't get that. You can have your opinion. I don't get that. We don't know just yet, right? We don't know. And g'day, Mark. Welcome to the show. I don't think I've ever seen you before. That's like my name, but not. Yeah, I just disagree. I just disagree, to be honest. Like, he's not the future. What is the future, right? Why are we always looking towards the future? This is like more, I guess, more a deeper, meaningful, or whatever, right? We're always worried about the future. What's the future? It's about now. Kenny Pickett is the quarterback now. Get around him now. See what happens. They always talk about Kenny Pickett be the franchise guy. He's the quarterback right now of the team. Enjoy the journey from now. So I understand what you're saying, but is the future like next year? Is the future in 3 games? Is the future, I don't know, 2024? What? Tell me. Is the future, what is that? When is that? To me, it's about now. It's about Kenny Pickett is the quarterback now, and unless they make a change, you've got to get around him and see what happens. That's what I'm saying. I don't know the 80s too well. I don't know the highlights, but I just know from, I was born in 89. I just know from the highlights, right? So, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, 100%, man. Grab a pint and see what happens. All right, coming down. Yes, no offense, but that's why I don't want to wish it away. G'day, Reginald. What's going on? Right? That's a good point, though, right? And I don't know how old anyone is. You can tell me if you want to. It's up to you. I don't really. It doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter, right? The thing is, to me, I find we tend to wish the season away so easily. So if you give up the season now and say it's over, it's all done, that's 7 games to go. The minute that Pittsburgh Steelers football is over, we complain. We absolutely complain. Do you know what I mean? Like, we just go, where's football gone? We miss it. There's only like 5 months of Pittsburgh Steelers football, and once it's gone, we complain and we miss, and we're like, we want football back. So I understand what you mean, and I think we all go that way for sure. That's why I don't want to rush it. I had someone the other day talk to me about the draft, right? I was like, I don't want to talk about the draft. Draft? Like playoffs? I don't want to talk about the draft. No way. Why would I want to talk about the draft? I want to talk about Cincinnati coming up. I want to talk about getting over this hump and how can Kenny Pickett get better. He's going to be quarterback number 1. until they bench him, which I don't think they will. And if they do bench him, they'll probably go with Trubisky. If they go with Trubisky and he fails, then you've got to go with Rudolph. And then QB3 is Kenny Pickett, and he's going to be dressed as your emergency quarter backup, right? So, yeah. Just look, you don't want to wish for the future because it never stops. It keeps going and going and going. Draft picks. And also when quarterbacks come in, who's the next guy? Who's the next guy? We always complain about the next guy. So this is why it's crazy to me, man. Like the narrative right now this week. Last week it was Kenny Pickett. This week it's Kenny Pickett. The week before was Matt Canada. Now it's Matt Canada again. It's like, oh, he sucks. They got to fire him. They're not going to fire him. So anyways, I do want to ask a question though, because like I said in my thumbnail, who do you think would win in a fight? Let's be honest. Would you take Matt Canada or versus a kangaroo? Right? Let me know in the comments below. Matt Canada versus kangaroo. I hope I'm making a point. I'm on a bit of a rant, but I see this stuff all around the internet, and it makes me laugh, makes me cry a little bit, makes me a bit like confused on how we perceive our team throughout the whole year. And then once the season's ended, we're like, oh no, I wish the Steelers were back. And you need to enjoy this season. The next 7 games, man, I can't wait to watch the Bengals get smashed, right? I hope we go in there and we sack Brown and we win the game. I really do. A Rue would demolish. Yes. Yeah. So it's good to have it's good to have a bit of Mickey, take a bit of Mickey out of stuff, have a bit of fun. I'm not too serious with this kind of stuff, man, because until we are mathematically eliminated and it's any given Sunday, and I understand though, the offense isn't playing well. Like, they still haven't scored 30 points in like 3 years or whatever. They haven't done a lot of things on offense, right? They haven't got drives connecting. Kenny Pickett is 1 TD in five chances. So I understand this stuff, right? It's just I do get a bit over it. I don't know if you guys get over it too, because you look around every single publication, and it's all it is. They need to fire Canada. They need to fire Kenny Pickett. They need to fire Tomlin. Like, doesn't it get annoying after a while? Anyways, let's change it up again, right? So I just ask you guys a question. Who would win in a match between Matt Canada and let's just change it up completely. I'm going to ask you guys some questions that are really odd and random and have a bit more fun, right? A bit more fun than just talking about all the other shit, because I'm fucking over it, man. So who would win in a fight between Matt Canada and a kangaroo, right? Realistically, right? If you were to give Matt Canada in a boxing ring or in the outback and a kangaroo, you guys got kangaroos, right? So this is where Steel Nation Australia jumps the shark. He tried it with the wheel. Now he's trying it with kangaroo versus Matt Canada. But I've got a point to this, okay? So I would say that Matt Canada would have a chance, to be honest. I think any male would have a chance against kangaroo, but to be honest, kangaroos are pretty tough. Now, what about if you gave Matt Canada a baseball bat? Would it be easier to fight a kangaroo? Right? It could. Look, I say this kind of stuff because I also wonder how many times have we said the guy's name? Like, it hasn't changed. Nothing has changed in 3 years, really. So we've got three votes for that. Rue would rip Canada apart like that. Kangaroo and a Rue. Yeah, true. Right? But my point is, too, nothing has really changed. You know what I mean? I just feel like this whole year has been based around certain narratives every single week. And we haven't really cheered or enjoyed the wins. And if they go and win versus the Bengals, they need to get some credit too. Right? Holy dooly. Yeah, I did a video on that yesterday. Talked about that too. I think I had a few sound bites from that. What did he have? I deleted them. But yesterday, Nigel was pretty pissed off, right? And he should be. He should be pissed off. I think he's pissed off overall at the offense. I think he's pissed off at himself. I think he's pissed off at Kenny Pickett. I think everyone's like frustrated visibly. Everyone's frustrated, right? At the same time, too, maybe they're just not a good team. Maybe they're just not a good team at all. 100%, I agree with that as well. If the players don't execute, they don't win. Now, that's the same as Kenny Pickett throwing 100 yards is bad. Deontay Johnson dropping balls. Kenny Pickett miscommunication, Kenny Pickett, flailing out of the pocket, all that kind of stuff. The quarterback play has been bad, real bad, right? So, anyways, that's just something I was getting off my chest because I just think it does seem to follow the same narrative every time we lose, right? That we can't handle the adversity of just seeing what happens next. And everyone goes into panic mode, fear mode, crazy mode around this team. And it's like, well, what if they pull it out? I don't know. I'd say probably a big roo, right? Ramon Foster said all he talked about today was going with Mason. He does not believe in Trubisky. Yeah, and that's the thing too, because no one likes Kenny Pickett, or we've all given up on Kenny Pickett. That's what I said. Once you give up on Kenny Pickett and you say it's done, what happens then? If you're done with Kenny Pickett and he does play good football, right? What happens next? Are you allowed to come back? All the people going on massive rants and tangents and on the internet and who's the bloke? Andrew Filippono way and all those dudes like saying, oh, I hate this team sucks, and I can't stand it, I'm over. If they win next week, are you allowed to come back? Are you allowed to do you mind if I get my fan card? Is that thanks for my fan card? Is that okay? Are you allowed to? I don't know. I just find it really strange, man. I think the internet's changed so many things. The way we cheer our team, the way we even analyze and look at our team. Just a lot of things with the internet's done. It's really put us into an instant gratification mode. All this stuff, right? I'm never giving up, by the way. Gina's got taken. No one's went Matt Canada. No one. Nobody went Matt Canada. So even Matt Canada can't beat a kangaroo. Right. That's crazy. They'll act like they never said anything unless they're a free American. Yeah. And look, you're entitled to your opinion. You can do whatever you want. I'm entitled to my opinion. That's all fine. I just find the whole thing kind of funny. To be very honest, I find everything kind of funny around the situation because it's so different to how I used to watch the game when I was a kid or even like 5 years ago. And now being involved in the YouTube, I love YouTube. I love being on the platform. We're on like 1856 subs or something like that. Almost near 1900. I'm working daily, getting out news. And I'm not always going on rants, but I try and keep the content a bit different, right? And I give you the realest take that I can. Because to be honest, I don't think the season's over. People talk about the season's done. Oh my goodness, the Steelers are never going to win anything. It's not over. They're 6-4. They're coming 7th in the wild card spot. If they get things together, if they can play like they played versus the Rams or play like they played versus the Titans and the Packers, if they play that way, then they can move things and get better, right? And also, they also played probably the hardest team on defense as well, number one defense. And they got 10 points out of them. But look, we should have won the game yesterday, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. Some point, you just got to stomach the loss and harden up, eat a bit of concrete, move on, and see what happens next. But still, a nation I find is they don't do that. They dwell on the loss too long. They don't have a bit of concrete. They don't harden up. They cry for ages. They cry their eyes out. They cry their tears and complain for the next week or so. And then if they win or lose, if they win, they complain. And then if they lose, they complain again. It's just like a constant rolling of complaints all the time. All it is. Yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks. I agree. It sucks. Kenny Pickett's only scored 13 TDs in worse than 20 years. Yeah, the offense isn't clicking. It's on him. It's on everyone. I don't want to see anyone say it's solely on Kenny Pickett. It's on everyone. It's on the offense. It's on everyone. Pretty much the only good player that I thought played good football yesterday was Jalen Warren. He was the only good player. And for some reason, they didn't use Jalen Warren in the last two drives. They just didn't do it. They didn't do it. Right? Anyways, let's do a change of pace, and I'll try and get out of here in the next 10 minutes. I feel like today's show was I just rambled too much, did too many ranting, so I apologize if it was shit. That's the way it goes, though. If it's shit, it's shit. You know what? And then tomorrow I have a better day. But let me know in the comments, guys. I want to change of pace. Who is your favorite Steeler? Let's talk about that. Who is your all-time favorite Steeler? I feel like we just need something to end on, to talk about, to just be to put our minds away from everything else, right? Who's your favorite Steeler? What's your favorite Steelers moment? Have you met someone recently who's a Steelers fan? Anything like that. Something like that. Something cool, any cool Steelers news story you've heard that is different, that is like different to all the shit that we're hearing, man. Like that's what I'm saying. This is probably one of my worst lives I've done because I'm so angry. I'm not really thinking things through. But like I said, we'll have another go in 5 days' time. We'll see what happens. But who do you think? Like who's your guy? Like who's someone where you go, you know what, man? I love this team. This team's fun. This team's awesome. Did you meet someone the other day at the shops? Did you meet someone like at the shopping center wearing a Steelers shirt or whatever? And you're like, hey, bro, I follow them too. Oh, me too. What's going on? Do you know why? Because I've met so many cool people around the world, like in Europe, on the internet now, with everyone in this Steelers Nation community. I've met people. I've got a mate coming from Mexico to Sydney soon. I can't pronounce his name. Guillermo. I call him Gil, and I'm literally catching up with him because he's a Steelers supporter. He's from Steelers Nation, Mexico, who lives in Washington. I've only known him like for a week and a half, right? But I'm catching up with a beer with him because we wear the uniform. And that's what I think is cool. We are forgetting that part about Steelers Nation, dude. It's like when I eventually come over to the States, and if I throw a party or if I throw like a meetup or whatever, if it's in 2024 or 2025, it's going to be at a random bar in Pittsburgh. I'll say I'll be here at this date. If you guys get a chance and save money up, come over, have a beer. That's it. That's all we're going to do is wear the jersey, have a beer. People forget that. They forget that, right? Dude. Hines Ward. Yeah, he was cool, man. He was cool. I liked him too. Yeah, he was physical, fun, 1,000-yard receiver. Him and Big Ben, he always got open near the end too. Big Ben found him in spots where, Big Ben was in trouble. He came back to the football. He had still a heart, right? Some of these receivers don't really have that. George Pickens is talented, but I don't think he has that Steeler heart just yet. I wouldn't call him a true Steeler. I don't really call Deontay a true Steeler. Actually, none of the receivers I call a true Steeler. No. Jalen Warren is working that way to be a true Steeler. On the offensive line, no one to me. And your true Steeler could be different to you. Mine just means like they're a Pittsburgh Steeler through and through, right? The guys on the offense, I don't think anyone could be like that. Najee, maybe. Warren, maybe. But Hines Ward was definitely a true Steeler. He was fantastic. He was so fun how he played the game. So he was awesome. Toddy says, Mean Joe and Hines. Shout out to the back. Well, I can only watch highlights, but that's back in the 70s. Mean Joe Green. Hines Ward. Lambert too. Shout out back into back of the day too, right? All right. Jenny says, let's be honest. The reason why there's no good offensive coordinator is Tomlin would be afraid. I don't think so, because that's putting words in Tomlin's mind, right? You can have your view, but that to me, to respond to that question or that statement, I would say that is speculation on what Tomlin thinks. Why do you think Tomlin would be afraid? Why are you assuming that Tomlin would be afraid? That would be my answer, right? Hurley deal. Yeah. Those kind of things, I'm like, people often have different takes where they think Tomlin knows this, Tomlin knows that. Only he knows. So you're assuming he would be afraid. I don't think Tomlin's afraid of anything. I think he would fight someone in a heartbeat. Oh, man. Oh, no, you went to that part. You went to that part of Steeler Nation. Lynn Swan was my childhood hero. I got to the point where I could catch everything. Then I met him. Then he wouldn't give me the autograph. Yeah, that's what they say. Don't meet your heroes. Don't meet your heroes, right? I would probably be the same with James Debo. But at the same time, life's life, man. We're only here for a short time. You have a good time, and you see what happens. I wouldn't be too cut. If I walked past James Debo Harris and I said, hey, mate, James, can I please get an autograph? He'd say, no. I go, okay. That's just the way I deal with it, right? Someone said to me the other day too, I was talking about a loss. I was talking about the loss yesterday. And I think it was in a comment or something like that. And I don't hang on the losses too much. You know why? I don't get too angry with the losses because I don't want to be thinking about losing all the time. Like, losing sucks, but I'm not gonna let it consume my mind, where I'm angry all the time and I'm frustrated. And I'm like, oh, Matt Canada, oh, Tomlin, Nah, dude, you just go have a beer, just go have some pizza, let's do something, right? G'day, Jen. What's going on? Jennifer in the house. What? Look at the reception you get, Jennifer. Look at the reception. Hi, everyone. Jennifer. Great reception. right? But that's just the way this is the way I deal with things, man. People are going to hang on to this loss for like a week. They're going to talk about the old 22 and Kenny Pickett can't tie his shoes right. And Darnell, they're not feeding him the ball, which they're not. They really should feed the football to Darnell. Dead set. They should feed the football to tight end Washington and also to Muth. They have to. Right? They will linger on the stuff the whole time. They'll bring up stats and articles and this, and Kenny Pickett can't throw with his eyes closed. All that kind of stuff. But to me, it's like, just move on. At some point, move on, right? There's a game coming up. 100%. That's a good question. So, do you keep Jones at tackle next year? It depends who we get. I would probably say this. Look, I don't know the draft, but I would say you probably move Jones over and then draft a right tackle, because wasn't Jones more? I'm pretty sure he was a left tackle over a right tackle. So I'd say you draft a right tackle and you move him over. That's what I'd say. Yes. Yeah. From the knowledge I know, I think you draft a right tackle and you move Jones over. Right? Yeah, look, it is tough. Not today, though. I think Eagles going to win today. I've got the Eagles winning. Yeah. I've got the Eagles winning. So, anyways, guys, that's my show today. I know it was a bit of a rant and it was really probably terrible. Honest to goodness, it wasn't the best show. I'm not that proud of it. But sometimes you just got to do that kind of stuff, man. I legit have nothing. I had nothing written down today. I have old notes and I got nothing. I had no points to write down. I want to talk to the people, see what's going on. So that's my show today, guys. Yeah, it could be a possibility. I got to wait until the off season though, and see who's available. Dude, he's big enough. He's a big guy too. He's a big dude. So I appreciate you guys listening to me rant. Like I said, it wasn't the best show, but I just get frustrated, man. I get so annoyed at the fans giving up. Like, why would you want to give up? But anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to watch the game. I'm going to watch the lunch. Of course, I'll try and do maybe a video tomorrow about the quarterback situation. I don't know. See how it plays out. But you guys are awesome. Thank you for listening to me rant. All right. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's end on a good note. Where's Bobby? What's your favorite food? I won't start a poll, but mine is pizza. Has to be pizza. Right. Yes, pizza, 100%. Yeah, Jet Devil says we're here, have to get over it. Still, there's more games we played. Always a good rant, 100%. Yeah, appreciate that, man. Well, I don't know, but it doesn't make any sense. We legit played the hardest team. Oh, sorry, the hardest defense, and we're wondering why. And we treat like they should have beat DTR. DTR is a very talented quarterback. He really is. He's a talented guy. Like, you got to give the other side credit too. The Browns have to be given credit. So, yeah, man, good stuff. I need to get 100%. I would probably say pizzas for me. Anyone else got anything? I don't know what that is. What is that? Thank you, Gina. Pizza. Steak. Yeah, I don't mind a bit of steak too, man. Don't mind a bit of steak and potatoes. Not bad. G'day, Roy. Roy says pizza. I think pizza's just dope. I honestly goodness think pizza is one of the best ones. Because you can have whatever. You can have cheese, pepperoni. You can have like chicken supreme. If you guys have that, you probably don't. You can have supreme. You can have like mushroom, olive, whatever you want. I don't know. Beef, normal cheese. You have margarita. You can have, vegetarian, anything. Pizza's like, nah, excellent. I've had that too. Steak pizza. I've had as well, right? Fried burrito. I've had pizza, right, where you get like chicken wing, chicken wing meat. Try this. When I worked at Pizza Hut, I used to get chicken wing meat. So you have the chicken wings and you cut the meat off that, so it was all nice and tender, and you put that onto the pizza. Right? There's my pizza hands. Let's go, Joey. What's going on, mate? Yeah, pizza's fantastic. Like, I've done it where you have that kind of chicken meat on top. You have some mushrooms, bit of parmesan cheese, maybe a bit of like garlic sauce if you like that, garlic granules or whatever. Dude, pizza is fantastic, man. All right, let's get out of here. Hot wing pizza. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You get like the hot wings, you cut them off, and you put them onto the pizza, right? Sweet. What's a lotto? Okay, one more thing I'll look up. What's a lotto mozzo? Lotto mozzo? What, dude, what is that? What's a lotto mozzo? What is that? Pizza burger. Rainier, thank you for the great. If you ever come to, but where's Bolivia? Where's that, mate? Is that like in a? What the hell? This is. I'm trying to get out of here. Bolivia. Are you from Germany? Jeez, Bolivia's from Germany, eh? Oh, is that like in Munich? There you go. Alrighty, guys, that's it. Thank you for listening to my rant. We will be fine. Thank you, Rainier, mate. We'll be fine. The Steelers aren't done yet. Mathematically, they're not done. Their playoff chances are still pretty high. You beat the Bengals. You set things out. You run the football. You use Warren. You get Pickett in the right zone. Pickett, figure it out. Kenny Pickett, figure it out and turn the haters wrong. About 80% of Steeler Nation, or maybe 50%, 60% of Steeler Nation, cannot stand Kenny Pickett. They don't like him now. So you know what you do? You go out there and you prove them wrong. You prove them wrong. I'll see you later.